Hello YouTube, this is Quantem and welcome to another one of my videos. This is a close one, a very comfort foodish approach to me, but I like to call this standard dinner. This is something my mom kind of had, a template of sorts, which I will explain later, and I hope you enjoy it. This one is going to entail pork chops, stuffing, and frozen vegetables. It doesn't sound like much, but it's delicious. So let's get to the kitchen.
Okay, kitchen. So, this is, like I said, this is like standard dinner or generic dinner, but don't make it sound like that's a bad thing. This is a really helpful way of looking at it, so that it just makes it very easy to make a dinner by having this plan. This is something, like I said before, I probably said before, that my mom came up with, and she always said to us, when she didn't have like a specific thing she wanted to make, she had a template. So you have a meat, vegetable, starch. Now this is stuffing. It's not so much a starch, but it kind of falls in the same kind of category. You can change it out for rice or potatoes, mashed potatoes, potatoes of any sort really, couscous, whatever. Basically this is just box stuffing. We're gonna start this up. I have the pan starting to heat up for the pork chops, and while that's happening, we'll get the frozen vegetables ready. Now you'll notice that this is actually going to make quite a lot of food, for a single person, this is really too much. But this is what also lets you do those that one, you have leftovers, so breakfast actually, or dinner the next day, lunch maybe, whatever. Also, though, you can use all this stuff for completely different dishes, I guess would be the best way. Which I'll actually show you later by using the leftovers of all this for other dishes by adding new stuff to it. Okay, so while we got the stuffing pan right here, I know you can't really see it, but it's just boiling water, so it's not that important, not that impressive. But first, we need to put in some butter into that, which is 4 tablespoons. And I have the butter stick here. We just grab a knife, and 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a half a stick. I didn't realize. Oh, okay. One of these days, I'll show you guys how to make trail mix. Or party mix? Chex mix, I guess would be what it's called. Amazing stuff. Uses a lot of butter, but woo! Is it worth it? Okay, so that goes there. One thing that is key to kind of doing cooking, I find, and generically anyway, is that you make sure you clean up as you go. If you don't do dishes, put stuff away as you go, you end up with this big mess afterwards, and you really don't want to do that after you're done eating. It's just not fun. Okay, so we'll just tilt down a little bit that way, so you guys can see the butter, a little action there. First, now we test to see if how hot the pan is. And it's not, it's still going. So let's do the vegetables. Now this is just a standard bag of vegetables, so basically you huck it into a microwave. I'm going to huck it into a microwave safe dish with a little bit of water, and then microwave it basically. My mom actually also used to put a little bit of butter on there. Now you can also do things like add spices to it, which actually might not be a bad idea. I got some of these in here. No. What's this? No. Okay, what I'm looking at right now is a spice rub thing, and I'm trying to add. Alright, so there's this, where I live, there's this little spice company, and they basically come in these little tins like this, and that lets you, I'm going to basically add, 2 teaspoons of this per pound, and there's 2 pounds here, so it'll work out pretty well. Okay, so let's get the stuffing together. Basically, stuffing's super easy. If you don't know how to make this, you really should do it. So basically, you just have the buttered boiling water. You add in the stuffing mix. You stir it up good and proper, which I will use this thing for. Shut off the heat because you don't need it anymore. Really, when you're stirring this, you're stirring, making sure it's all wet, basically. And then, basically let it sit covered for 5 minutes. Now, I happen to know that it's going to take as long as the 5 minutes to cook the rest of this stuff, so I'm not going to bother putting the timer on. So basically, you just put it over on the other side of the can, forget about it. Don't forget about that this is hot, though. That this right here is warm, so be careful about that. Okay, so the instructions on the what I'm using is like this is a flavor of North American. I'm not sure what that means, but pretty sure 2 teaspoons per pound of main ingredient. So open up the thing here. Actually, you know what? I'm having second thoughts. Given what I know what I want to do with it. Yeah, no, I mean, I know what I'm doing with it, with the rest of it, so I'm just going to leave it like that. So we'll add the little bit of water, which I think is a half a cup, I believe. It's all about, for me, and at this point in my life, it's all about reading the instructions. Yeah, half a cup of water. So, grab the oldie measuring cup. That. Give it a stir all along, so this is okay for me to do it this way. Cover it loosely, and now put it in, basically put it in the microwave for 3.5 minutes, then stir, then another 3.5 minutes. I don't know anybody that actually uses the, like the vegetable settings, or the settings microwave comes from. I just don't know anybody that does. Okay, so, now we got the meat. Let's test. Okay, so it's ready. We're going to add a little spray on there just to double check. It's going to work okay. Good. Should I do it? I got this. I'm just trying to figure out, like, because I bought these things, I'm trying to figure out if I should use them. That's the problem I have with a lot of things, to be honest, is that I buy these because I'm a sucker for colors, and if anything, spices, garlic, ginger, rosemary, thyme are the colors of cooking. And so I like collecting that stuff. Unfortunately, unlike when I collect things like colored markers or pencils, it tends to mean that I throw out a lot of stuff, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so that's heating away. It's on medium. I'm probably going to put it down a little more, actually. Alright, so we're going to let that cook, and basically that's it for this, as far as, like, anything special. I'm waving my hands around like you can actually see me. So this is really just watching the meat brown, so I'm probably going to speed this part up. I'm not going to edit it out completely, but I'm going to let you see me cook the meat, I guess. I'm not going to... I prefer pork personally with nothing on it but salt, and so I'm going to Just let it cook slowly in its own juices, etc. I might put the lid on. Can you see the lid on? Does it have a lid? Yeah, there we go. It's not the right lid, but it's a lid. So we'll let that cook and go from there. So yeah, so time lapse time, I guess. Okay, so quick edit or quick interruption. If you look at these pork chops, see how it's kind of, I want to say, graying around the edges? That's actually cooked. So it's cooking slowly, which is good. And I'm going to kind of wait until it's kind of halfway up the side. Oops, I see one like that. So I'm going to kind of look to see if it's halfway up the side before I flip them over. This one's actually cooking faster, so I might have to be more careful. But yeah, they're cooking great. Okay, so the room is very smelling of cookedness. So I want to check to see if the pork chop, what done the pork chops are. And there's a couple ways to do that I know of. I'm not an expert. I'm not a cook. I'm just this is what I know. So the way to do that is you can one jab it, and you're kind of looking for see how much give it has. These are looking pretty good actually. So with a knife or fork or anything to hold it, so you know this is hot. You kind of okay. Okay, the middle is still needs some work. So what I'm going to do actually is turn it down more so that the outside has less of a chance of charring, and let the insides cook. Another thing you could do is cut these in half. These are very big slices. So we'll just put that back on there and give it a little while longer. Actually, you know what? See if I can give you guys a view of what I was seeing. See how it's can't really see it. You kind of see it's red in there. It's not a good picture. It's not a good picture, I'm afraid. But yeah, so I mean, it's the pink you're looking at is basically the way it looks when it's uncooked. So, and especially with some meats, the one that I know of is beef. Really, you don't need to worry too much. It's just a matter of how you like it. But with pork and chicken, you actually need to be very, very careful because they can have some very serious diseases associated with them. So yeah, let that keep going for a bit. I'm going to double check the. Okay. This is the aforementioned frozen vegetables. Look at that, all that beautiful color. Now I'm not going to eat anywhere near all of this. I'm actually probably not even going to eat most of it because I want to save a lot of it for what amounts to tomorrow's food, because I want to kind of describe to you what that entails. So. Okay, so those are done. Let's take that off. Those are looking gorgeous. So let's plate, as they call it, I believe. So we'll pick one of the pieces. I pick this one. That's dinner. Yep, this other one here goes into leftover town. Some vegetables. Now you can actually do a lot with this. Stuffing. Looks amazing. Amazing. I'm not going to do a reveal because, actually, you know what? I will. Look at that. It looks amazing. It's balanced. It's healthy-ish. More so, it has less, it's not full grease, and I made it in probably about 20 minutes. That's from unpacking stuff to, you know, eating, which is crazy, crazy good. So, I'm going to eat this, and I will talk to you guys in the next one, where hopefully we're going to use a lot of these same ingredients to make something completely different. So, it should be fun.